Yeah, it's better.
Southwest from dispatcher answering, over. Any additional authority needed, sir, over? Alright, thank you. CP 9769, you do have permission on Rule 6.6, backup move, main 1 between University and Park Junction, over. Yes, sir, that is correct, sir.
Let's not go that far, skelly schmoke. We're gonna play the game like 2 weeks ago. How many likes can this get before we see our first train? Did that the last time. Tried to go to 20 likes before the first train came by. I think we made it to 17 before we saw our first train. One difference, not gonna get rained on like last time. Nope, nothing yet. Gonna take a look at St. Cloud cam, see what's gone by there recently. Oh, we got a train coming our way. Past St. Cloud 17 minutes ago. It's like a grain train, probably. Single BNSF leader. And ooh, an NSDPU.
Venus Southwest of dispatcher answering over. Runner to shore, come down looking for it over. You're welcome, sir. You too, Venus Southwest of dispatcher. Go ahead, over. All done with 6.6, ready to go west. I'm ready for you, sir. Signals westward. Have a safe trip.
Who's
You're
going?
welcome, Venus Southwest of dispatcher.
Who's going west? All right, so it looks like we for sure have one eastbound. So we'll check back at St. Cloud cam. You might catch a grain one by one. Yep, just saw that. Past St. Cloud about 20 minutes ago. Hello from Florida. I used to live in MN and I was 15 minutes away from the Staples sub and 15 minutes away from the Hinckley sub. Oh, that's cool. I live along the Hinckley sub, so that's where I get a majority of my trains. Hey George, how you doing? HO train. Where you at? Coon Rapids, Minnesota, on the Staples Subdivision. I'm doing pretty good. I like your profile picture, by the way, with Angry Bird Pig. Loved that game when I was younger.
BNSF ejector, milepost 20.47. Main 1, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 4, 1, 2, out.
What train is that? Unless that's a train heading to the Hinckley, because it's all red here. Hey, Real Fan Mason. Doing pretty good. How about yourself? That's okay, Joe. That's fine. By the way, those who are watching, I don't know if you guys want to play the same game we played last time. For those of you who weren't here last time, we had waited quite a while for our first train. I think it was half an hour, something like that. The last time I was here 2 weeks ago, and somebody had started a little thing seeing how many likes we could get before we saw our first train. And somebody in the chat said, well, let's make it 20 likes. We made it to 17 before we saw our first train. And then while the train was going by, I think we got another like or two, so fell just shy of 20 likes even while the train was going by. So if you guys want to play that game again, you are more than welcome to. See if we can actually hit, maybe have a redemption 2 weeks later, see if we can hit 20 likes before we see our first train. Hey, thanks, George. I appreciate it. Obama says, I enjoy seeing your stuff. Brings back memories from the Hinckley. Got a lot of photos from Bram to Isani. Awesome. I'm in the Isani area, by the way. Cambridge and Isani is where I get the majority of my stuff. I appreciate that, by the way. Hey, are you going to be near Diamond Bluff this next week? That I don't know. I play it kind of by ear. Depends on the day, what I got going on, and just where I feel like going. So, play it day by day. I recently caught a fake bonnet. The fake bonnet. Pretty good on my end. That's good to hear. I also I make real train videos. I also have HO scale trains. Well, George, I am going to screenshot this. And after I get done with the live, I'll go give you a follow. Okay. Come on, we got 9 people. Let's bump those likes. Let's see if we can get to 20 before we see our first train. Some people, by the way, take it really serious. When we were doing it last time, Man, I can't remember who they were. Gosh, the name's slipping me, but in the chat they were trying to like get everyone pumped up to push the likes. Sorry about the wind, by the way. I caught a BNSF war bonnet, also number 771. Technically, that's a fake bonnet. Your war bonnets are in the 600 series. Your fake bonnets are the 700. But that's awesome. There's a few of those out and about. As a matter of fact, I didn't catch it, but the Superior Northtown last night, the third locomotive was, I think it was a war bonnet. Yeah, I think it was like 700 and something when I saw it go by on the Grandy cam. I took a screenshot because I gotta see if I've caught that one before or not. Oh, you're good. You're good. That's a common thing that people get mixed up. It is not the end of the world. The only bummer, a few people can get really uptight and judgmental about it, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, really? When you say repainted, are you talking about like where it's now that orange the typical BNSF paint? Summer break, I've been on the KD sub. I got X18s. Wowza. Wowza to both you guys. Yeah, the more you post, the better. Yeah, that must have been a Hinckley sub train. Alright, we have a flashing yellow on main 2, so that's probably that grain train. At this rate, we will not be hitting the likes like we did last time before seeing our first train. Unless we can somehow magically jump from 4 to 17, just like that. North Carolina Transportation Museum. Never been there. like 50 plus. They don't go super fast through here, but further west, they kick it down out there. Because you got like a slight curve behind me here, and then there's also a curve west of me where they're between Anoka and here. I'm debating going back to Hastings again sometime. I really like there. The variety of stuff that you can see in Hastings is nuts, and man, is there some good picture opportunities there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've had that happen. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we got a lot of people here. That's what happens when you get a bunch of people watching. How often do trains go by here? I live around here, so I'm just curious. You can have 30, 40, 50 trains a day go by. Some days more than others, some days less than others. Way more than the line I live by, the Hinckley sub. That one, see roughly, now the taconite trains are running again. And depending on if it's a day they run a CP train or not, you could have close to 10 a day, but normally it's less than that. So yeah, out here, your odds of seeing something are a lot higher than my line. Except for my line in the morning, you got a good chance of seeing stuff, and then later in the afternoon. Middle of the day, be kind of iffy. But here, yeah, if you're here a good 2-3 hours, you're basically guaranteed to see something. The Hinckley sub, not so much. I love it too, but not too many trains on the CPKC sub. Yes, but the ones that are on there are worth it. They're good. You can't see seeing good power, sometimes a lot of power. There was one time I was there, and Train Fan 2012, he showed up, and there was, I think it was a ethanol train that was going towards the cities, so to pull off of the sub at Hastings. He had like, was it 11 locomotives or something like that on there? And 4 of them were the new CPKC paint. $25 to $30 a day. The fastest train line I'm closest to is Norfolk Southern, Charlotte District, NC. Amtrak goes 100 to 110. Holy buckets. ABNSF 5620. I already know that signal is off. Is this the Painesville sub or the Withrow? Probably butchered the spelling. This is the Staple subdivision, the BNSF Staple subdivision. And we currently have a train coming right now. The track furthest from me, Main 2, has flashing yellow going east. And there was a grain train that passed the St. Cloud cam probably 40 minutes ago that had a it was a 1x1 single BNSF leader and then an NS DPU. And as of right now, that's the only train that I know that is coming. I'll go back and check the St. Cloud cam again after this train passes. Because once something passes St. Cloud, you have about an hour, depending on the train, before it passes through here. And there's no talk of anything coming out of Northtown yet. Hopefully that changes. Well, we're up to 6 likes now before we see our first train. Get another 11, it'll be just like last time. Because for those of you who maybe, because there's a lot of you here that weren't watching 2 weeks ago on a stream here, there were a few people that were trying to get everybody to try to get to 20, because we were waiting so long for our first train. We thought to make it into a game to try to hit 20 likes before the first train passed. So, you know what? Let's keep the tradition going. At this rate, though, being that we actually have a flashing signal, because what started it was we were at like 15 likes, so, or 10, I don't know, something like that, and so the numbers were going up pretty quick, so we're like, well, signal's not even lit yet, so why not give it a shot? So now the pressure is really on you guys. So this is Coon Rapids, where I'm near control point 554 or 254. What is this? Milepost? I always forget. It's like 20 something. So at Coon Rapids, it's between Fridley, which is east of me, so closer to Northtown Yard, and then Anoka is west of me. And we're currently looking west because we have an eastbound coming. Still flashing yellow, so. And they're not up to Ramsey yet because they haven't called West Hump yet, so. Have you ever seen Amtrak go by here? Oh yeah, a few times. A couple times, yes. It's weird not seeing North Star running out here anymore. A bunch of their stuff went down to Texas. And I've been starting to see some videos pop up on YouTube of rail fans down in Texas getting trains and seeing North Star down there. It's like, that is just so strange to see. It's like I spent years videoing those, and now I see people down in Texas are posting videos of them. Okay, we're in Elk River, and we didn't see that eastbound train, but it's been lined through for a bit. Okay, so it hasn't passed Elk River yet then. Usually when a signal yellow flashes, it usually switches to green. Yep, it will switch to green eventually. I think it's when it gets around Ramsey. I think it'll go green. Just happy to know we have a train coming. That's all. You miss North Star? I do and I don't. It's bittersweet. I miss it because it meant a little more action and the crews were really friendly. I don't miss it because it would always, like, they would take priority over a lot of other trains. So they would, like, literally hold trains up until North Star finished doing their 4 run-bys. But it was kind of fun because then, you know, it'd be another little game that we could all play. Guess what the score would be? North Star would be guaranteed 4 times we'd see them. So that really upped it for BNSF, where can we see 4 plus BNSF trains? A few times BNSF won by a long shot. Like there'd be 8 that would go by, and then you have 4 North Star. And then there's other times where you'd only get like 2 BNSF trains. So wonder what train that is. Huh. A few days. Hey, BNSF 2050. Yep, this is BNSF. Yep. Does BNSF run around here? Yep, this is the BNSF. Okay, I see you respond to him. 4, 5, 6, I think it said. So that detector has gone off at Coon Creek twice since I got here, both main 1. So I don't know, and nothing's gone through here. So I don't know if those are trains that are pulling onto or off the Hinckley sub. It'd be the only thing that would make sense is if they were pulling onto the Hinckley sub or off. I know there was some chatter about Northtown Superior, and Superior Northtown was coming, but it's way too early for it to be down here because it takes a good 3 hours before it probably get down to Coon Creek. Yeah, I would say most likely Hinckley. If nothing's on by here, and I've heard that detector go off twice, and nothing's routed to go west, and I've been here 41 minutes, a little more because I had to set up, and nothing's gone by going east yet.
BNSF West End Dispatcher answering over.
Come on, guys, can you bump it up to... I think 20 likes will be a stretch before we...
All right, then, sir. Signals off the 603. Have a safe trip. Over.
I know it's probably going to be a stretch to get it up to 20 likes before we...
I'm hardly working today, sir.
Can we get up to 15 likes before we see our first train?
I appreciate that.
Well, I'm doing good, Joe. How about you? Sup, gamer? How you doing? Yeah, that'll happen. People will like, people will unlike. It happens. Hey, we're up to 10. We might be able to hit 15 because that still hasn't gone solid green yet. Oh, see, we had this problem the last time, is everyone kept saying that it was like 1 or 2 likes more than what I see on my end. Right now it says there's 12 people watching and 10 likes. That's what it says on my end, but you just said it says 11. So I don't know if YouTube has some weird delay or what. I don't understand that. Because now it says 11 views, 10 likes. You too? And a few of you people like the North Star. Gamer, you're the second one to say that. What rate? Oh, you mean the talking on here? As West Hump was talking to somebody. Imagine if NSF rebuilt the former GN main through Princeton. That would be really weird. Real Rail fan, have you caught 2026? No, I have not. So I'm up by the Cambridge area, so along the Hinckley sub, I'm up in that area. So to get down here is a bit of a trip, and every time they've been running, it's either late at night or when I'm working. And it's come by here at least probably close to 10 times now at this point, at least it feels like it. But yeah, timing never lines up. It's either late at night or I'm working, and I can't just get down here in a split second. You're looking at over a half an hour. Probably closer to 40, 45 minutes just to get here. One of these days I'll get lucky. Yeah, it says we're at 9 likes. We lost one. I saw it a few days ago, and it's gonna be on a Z train that goes down the Staple sub for quite some time. Yeah, I know it has. Every time the Z comes through here, it's been, I think, leading it actually every time. So hopefully one day, eventually we'll get lucky. The odds of catching it will happen eventually, as long as nothing catastrophic happens to it. Yeah, that'd be nice. time I caught a fake bonnet BNSF. Did you catch it leading? They're kind of common. I know I've caught a couple dozen of them, different numbers. Ah, bummer. Go to Northtown Yard, you'll see a bunch of war bonnets. And those war bonnets, they put a set of them, war bonnet duo that'll run on the Hinckley local sometimes. Caught that a few times myself. And if it's not on the local, either the Hinckley local or the... They'll be working in Northtown if they're not on one of the locals. Yep, back here again. Yes, it is. I like it. Especially when I do these long live streams because it's one of the busier lines, so... Did they say something Galesburg?
Main line to the Grain MTO Galesburg.
Out of
How'd you guys our main line change our supplies over? Roger, supplies good.
Yes, I did know that about the LED headlights. I've actually gotten a few locomotives with the LED headlights. It's really weird. You got like we got like 5 or 6 dots on the front. It's different. It's 12 likes. How much for you guys like it? I did like the video. Okay, how's the traffic right now? We're about to catch our first train. Trying to see if we can get to 15 likes before the first train passes. And if we can push it to 20 and actually accomplish it this time, unlike last time where we only got to 17 before our first train went by. Yes, I'm salty about that. But our first train's getting close. They just called West Hump, so they're up by Ramsey right now. Signal is still flashing yellow. What's up, Rail Fanner? How you doing? Dylan told me the 1x1 grain with the NS is a Galesburg. Yep, they just said, it sounds like they're an empty. I think that's what they said. Nope. That I would not know. I know some people, they really keep up on those facts.
Southwest 7 dispatch, you're answering, over.
Yeah, great. It looks like we just got the landing.
Y'all have a good afternoon, over. You're welcome. Venus Southwest 7 dispatch,
Alright, we have a solid green. And that train is close enough, can really hear it on the radio. Well, they said it was a Galesburg. It's going to Galesburg. It's grain empty. It's got to be NSF leader, though. The NS is the DPU. I didn't hear what the beginning part was, where it originated from, just that it's going to Galesburg. And it's empty. All right, here it comes. I hear it. All right, here comes train number 1. Grain empty, heading to Galesburg. All right, now we wait and see what's coming next. I'm gonna go check St. Cloud. Let's see if we have any more. I do too. ATCS, huge help. Now it's like you're taking a gamble. At least the one thing we have going for us is live cams. Like I said, I'm gonna go check the St. Cloud cam because that helps. Because if I see something go by there on the St. Cloud cam, you're looking at a good hour before it comes by here. And I haven't checked in a while, in at least maybe a half an hour or so. So if something went by there 15 minutes ago, you're looking at half an hour, 40 minutes before it comes by here. Oh, I'm gonna say nothing's gone by in the last hour, but the gates are going down, so we might have another eastbound. Please let it be an eastbound and not a westbound. Please, 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 please. Oh man, it's a westbound. Dang it, it's westbound merchandise. Son of a gun. Boo. Now we really need something to come out of the cities. Either somebody to be coming through or someone to come out of the yard. One of the two. Because even if something goes by St. Cloud right now, it's a good hour before it gets here. Yep, live cams and radio do help. I am a St. Cloud rail fan. Would you ever maybe want to do a collab? Never done a collab before. Basically done. If I'm out at the track and I see ya, I see ya. I'm not one of these. I'm not super big on, planning like meetups with people. If I'm already out at the track and somebody shows up, great. I'll rail fan with you. If you're out at the track and I happen to That's that grain train. If you're out at the track and I happen to show up, and if I happen to show up at the same spot you're at, I'll rail fan with you. But yeah, just not like super big on planning to meet up with people, if that makes sense. Yes, I have. Actually, still use it. Because there's some places, when I go to Hastings, I use it for the river. And for the St. Croix sub there that goes through Prescott, I use it there too, because the entire St. Croix, I think the entire St. Croix is covered. The river sub is kind of spotty. There's parts that are covered, parts that aren't covered. Yeah, it's a huge help in Hastings and Prescott. That's another reason why I like going to those places. Because I can kind of, you're traveling a long way to get to Hastings. I'm traveling a long way to get to Prescott. I know if it's worth it or not. So for the areas where it still kind of works, it's worth it. But try to enjoy it while you can, because from what I hear, those days are limited. I really like Hastings, but man, is it gonna suck when that gets taken down. Oh yeah, huge help. It would help right now. Because I know St. Cloud, so I can look at the St. Cloud cam. No, nothing's gone by there yet. So I know, okay, fine. Nothing's coming from the west for a while. What about stuff that's coming from the east? Fridley's down, which that was a huge help, but I don't know why they don't get that Fridley cam. You know what? The FEC, this was a few years ago. I have a video that I uploaded where I caught, I think it was like 2 FEC trains one time when we were down in Florida. And that day, so if you go look through my playlist, I think there's a playlist, I can't remember if I call it FEC or Florida East Coast, but I ended up catching one of their merchandise trains. I think it was a merchandise train. It's been a while. And used ATCS to catch that train, actually. And I think I ended up catching 2. Like I said, it's been a few years, but I think I ended up catching 2. So yeah, if you're interested, either after the stream or if you want to go check it out right now, you can. Because probably not going to have any trains for a little while anyway. I don't think that was a super long video. So yeah, if you want to check it out, you are more than welcome to. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think you'll like it. You know, being that you're down in Florida, yeah, I think you'll like it. No. I know FEC means Florida East Coast. I just can't remember if I named the playlist FEC or Florida East Coast. I can't remember if I just abbreviated it or if I actually spelled out the whole thing for the playlist. Oh, no, no need to apologize. That's all right. Yeah, I do recall them moving fast. Yeah, I think if I remember I could be wrong, but I think that train that we ended up stopping and catching, the merchandise one, because I think we caught another one in town. That's why when you see the video, there might be 2 trains in that one. Maybe it might have been a local, because I think it had like some blue, I don't know if it's an SD40-2 or what that was leading it. But anyway, the first train that I remember catching that had the FEC colors, the red and the yellow and whatever, it had like a fuel tender in the middle of the 2 locomotives. That one, I remember, it was moving at a pretty decent clip. And I think it was coming up from behind us, like it was catching up. So just found a crossing to pull off onto to catch it. But yeah, I think if I remember correctly, it was coming up from behind. Oh, they called that a champ? Okay, I didn't know that's what they called that. Well, at least I was able, I know it was years ago, but at least I was able to get a video of them with that paint scheme before they got the Mexico style. Yeah, I like the look of the, what do you call it, champion scheme? Yes, I really like the look of that one. Made me think of like CSX a little bit. I mean, not CSX, KCS. Kinda, sorta. I didn't know they painted all of them with that new Mexico paint. But they're doing that with the Furomex too. They're changing some of the Furomex over to a paint scheme very similar to that. Yeah, hearing that, I'm happy I got a video when I did. No, I did not know that. All right, I want to sit down for a little bit, so I'm going to just move this down here. That way, you guys can still hear me, but I can actually sit down for a little bit, since we got nothing really coming right now. You guys okay with that view? Is that fine? I hope. I like the tier 4 that UP has. See that on the Hinckley sub from time to time. You like grass. Here, I'll give you a slightly. Here, you do this. Give you a little view. There you go. How's that? There. Maybe you might like that view a little better. Just being that there's nothing coming, it's like there's no point in me just standing aimlessly. Till we hear something pick up. You kidding me? Remember he was about to die? Really? You know, I'm kind of mixed on that one. Part of me thinks, yeah, that'd be awesome because the possibility of, like, you know, different paint scheme would probably see a heck of a lot more NS locomotives, like on the Hinckley sub. But then another part of me is like, nah, that's gonna suck because then you're gonna start getting a monopoly going, which you don't want that. I made a whole video, by the way. Shameless plug, but I made a whole video kind of giving my thoughts in detail. Oh, I have a Facebook page. It's just called Real Rail Fan. So yeah, if you wanna, you can send it on there. That Facebook page is spelled exactly the same way as my YouTube is. And I occasionally will share like my videos and stuff on there. Which reminds me, I forgot to.
Sir, it'll be just a minute. We got the tramp job running around their train there on Main 2 at Union. As soon as I see them in the clear, we'll get you going over.
Which you just inadvertently reminded.
Sir, you'll have a safe trip. BNSF, let's dispatcher.
You inadvertently reminded me that I needed to share I was live on my actual Facebook page, not just all these Minnesota groups. Huh. I just went to go look with that talk of the NS merger. It says that video about them merging, I uploaded that over a year ago. I titled it Norfolk Southern merging with Union Pacific, ... 127,000 views that video got. But yeah, it says it was posted a year ago. So they've been talking about this for a while. Well, yes, you will. That is true, but you're just getting closer and closer. Because you know, maybe you know, but BNSF has also thrown around the idea of merging or the possibility of merging with Canadian National. But the thing is maybe it's not necessarily totally a monopoly, but because you have somebody like UP and NS merging together, that's going to jack a lot of prices up on things, because it's going to make it harder for BNSF to compete. It's going to make it harder for CPKC to compete. So they might have to start jacking their rates up if they can't land good enough deals that outdo what Union Pacific can do, or whatever they decide to name themselves after they merge. Because your two big major ones are UP and BNSF. They're your two like bigger ones. They're bigger than CSX. They're bigger than CN. They're bigger than CPKC. They're bigger than Norfolk Southern. So usually it's BNSF and UP that are the ones that are butting the heads for the deals. Yep. They would be class 2. Yeah, I think it was denied, but I think if the UP and NS one go through, it would not surprise me if BNSF tries to do it again. It would not surprise me one bit. Because you know how nice that would be for BNSF if they could open up themselves like a market in Canada? Because CN already like interchanges and does stuff with BNSF already. We get them on the Hinckley sub. We get grain trains for the CN all the time on the Hinckley. Like the FTX Superior. So FTX, I think that's Texas, I think. So they'll come from down there, go to Superior at the BN, so that's BNSF, and they interchange with the CN. BCNSF. Say that one 10 times fast. Oh, nice. Yeah, if you want to send them, you're more than welcome to. By the way, do you guys see that one reflection shot that I got with the UP train on the Hinckley sub south, the Coke train? Holy cow. If you haven't, go look at my community post. I think it's the most recent picture, my most recent post. Never gotten a shot like it before, but I've been trying and thinking about it, just never really had a good opportunity to do it until we got a big rainstorm the night before, where it dumped in like a half an hour. We got over an inch in like less than a half an hour, I think it was. No, we got like 2 inches. Regardless, it dumped so fast that we got so much rain. Well, the next day in the afternoon, there were still puddles. That's how much rain we got in this one ditch. So early in the afternoon, I went out for a BNSF train that was coming south. I think it was the Superior North Town. Saw the puddle, tried the reflection shot. I tried to get this one flower in there thinking, oh, this would be really cool. Well, it made the train blurry and it was kind of windy in the morning, so the puddle had like ripples in it. I was bummed out about the picture, but a lot of people say that picture actually looked good, like they liked it, so I'm not going to complain. Well, later on in the afternoon, person I know told me that there was this UP Coke train that was coming south. Watched it go by Grandy, so I went out to that same spot. Got lucky, that puddle, it shrunk a little bit, but it was still there, and that picture you see in the community post was the end result, which is what I was kind of sort of going for with the BNSF, but I never really tried it before, so I didn't know what I was really supposed to do. Second time was the charm on that one. That's a number one picture for me this year when it comes to a train picture. Well, that'd be interesting. That's why you don't ever see Furomex leading here in the United States, because of they don't got PTC on them. See them like up here in Minnesota from time to time. We see our share of Furomex up here. See them on the out here on the Staples from time to time, and see them on the Hinckley Sub from time to time. But they're never leading. Never. There is, I don't know if I've already shared it or not. I think I have a playlist called Throwback, I think. Or maybe I shared it as a short. But I got a video of years ago. This was years ago, where there was a train going north on the Hinckley Sub. I think it might have been an ore train, some kind of ore train or something like that. And all it had was 3 Furomex locomotives on it going north on the Hinckley Sub. And I got it out on the bike trail there between Cambridge and Isanti. So I was heading towards Cambridge and got on that wooden bridge. But no joke, all it had was 3 Furomex locomotives on it going north. I think that is literally the only video I have of a Furomex leading a train. I don't, honestly thinking about it, I don't think I have any other videos of a Furomex leading. That's the only one I can think of, seriously. Gotten plenty of Furomex locomotives. I've photographed over 40 or 50 of them, but yeah, that's the only one I could think of that was actually leading. Really? I never added that to my Rail Talk? So I was gonna go see if I could find, if I did upload it, and I was looking in my Rail Talk playlist. I never put that UPNS merger video in that playlist. Oops. Rail throwback. Here we go. Oh yeah, I do have a video. Okay. So if you go to my, if you're interested, if you go to my rail throwback playlist, I have a video that I uploaded 6 years ago called All Ferromex Power Hinkley Subdivision 4/28/2019. So it was in April of 2019 that got a video of 3 Ferromex locomotives, that's it, leading a train north on the Hinkley Sub. Also got a sand empty on the St. Croix Valley too. That was in 2018 I took that one. 7 years ago I uploaded that video. Hang on, if you guys are saying something, I'll check in just a little bit. Just realize there's 3 videos I need to add to my Rail Talk playlist that I was not aware of. That I did not add for some reason. Sounds familiar, LOL. Alright, I'm gonna look at St. Cloud again. What? Tim Hawkins uploaded a video about Bucky's official music video. Oh, good gosh. Says 6 days ago, Tim Hawkins uploads an official music video called Bucky's. If you don't know who Tim Hawkins is, he's hilarious. He's a Christian comedian guy. My favorite one from him is Christian swear words. Oh, that's hilarious. Son of a motherless goat. How do you get a motherless goat? Shut the front door. Really? Oh, more eastbounds? Like, what the heck? And the staple sub kind of sucks today. Wasn't it last time? Got like 4 trains out here? So far, only caught 1. Gotten good viewers though today, that's for sure. And we're up to 12 likes. I'll take that. Get my phone plugged in so it don't die on us. The sun's behind the clouds, so shouldn't have to worry about overheating.
Venus Southwest of dispatcher Anderson, go ahead. Over. The north receiver over. Almost gave you signals off the 603. I'm not used to this, but I'm ready for your signals out of town. Have a safe trip. Over. Absolutely. We'll talk to y'all next time. Welcome to Venus Southwest of dispatcher.
Let me guess. Train's going east, right? Oh, my neck. ACV, so far I've caught one train. Caught a grain empty. Had a BNSF leader, an NSDPU. It's kind of been it so far. It's crazy, sometimes you come here, get a whole bunch of stuff, and sometimes you come here and you walk away with one. Yeah, it's not going to be coming this way, though. It doesn't come through, because in Coon Rapids here, I am west of where it comes off of the Hinckley. And then when it comes off the Hinckley, it goes east, not west. Thing. Might go look at Grandy really quick and see what you were talking about. It's probably all that KCS that went north yesterday, because I saw 447 went by Grandy and 350 went by Grandy. Norton Superior just went by 6 minutes ago. And the Hinckley sub's busier than the Staples. Yeah, that's Norton Superior. Must have met the CP at Cambridge then. Holy cow. Yeah, that is different. It is a KCS trio. Holy buckets. 1, 2, 3 KCS. What's that mean? They're leaving that grain train up there for quite some time? Because that grain train went, the 350 went north yesterday, plus 447. Oh, stick. Well, I was gonna wait until we had another train coming, but I am not gonna keep waiting. It's like, oh yeah, crack open the second Mountain Dew, and we hear we're finally getting a train. Second in celebration. Yeah, well, we're not hearing one right now, and I ain't gonna keep waiting. So crack it open now and say the heck with it. Oh. Hey, you're welcome. I enjoy doing them. Even if we don't see a whole lot of trains, still kind of fun. Get to be slightly a little more personable, more human. Good evening, Land of the Mitten. Live streams are always awesome. I like to do that trackside in Ohio when I can. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Bummer we've only seen one train though. But still I've had a lot of people, like the conversation's just crazy. It keeps going back and back. For a little while there, we had a whole lot of people. Like, there were a few moments where it's like, I can't keep up with everybody. Like, you'd have like 4 different people. I think there's one time there's like 5 people that all had said something. So trying to reply to each one of those 5 and then like I'll start replying to the 4th person, and then like the 2nd person that I replied to will say something while I'm trying to reply to the 4th or the 5th person. That was crazy. Agreed. It's a good community, that's for sure. The way everyone interacts with one another is awesome. Oh, nice. So you can see some pretty interesting stuff out your way then. I used to live in MN, but I don't miss the winters. Come on, they're not that bad. I actually like them. Driving in them sucks, but get past that part, winter ain't too bad. Yes, just saw CNECS on Tuesday with 17.7. Really? How about that? Hey, Land of the Mitten, I've been doing this a lot in this stream because it's just how convenient it is that people talk about certain things. I have a video that I made a couple months ago talking about my thoughts on those 2 locomotives. Haven't seen them in person, just when they released the little art computer generated pictures when CN first announced them. So I included those in there. But yeah, I have a video out there if you're interested in me talking about those locomotives and what I thought about them. I can't wait to see them in person, so you are lucky. And we see enough CN here, there might be a chance that they'll make their way this way. Up my line, the Hinkley sub. Eventually one day. The name of the video, or wait, did I not make one about the CN? I am so sorry. I did not I thought I made one about the CN. I was thinking of the Norfolk Southern one. I did not make one about CN. Mentioned them in a video. Okay, I was thinking of that Norfolk Southern one I made. Elkhart getting ready to head to Spencer NC for the big two. Oh, cool. Hey, Bama? I think, how do you pronounce that? Bama? I just kind of stumbled upon it because I was looking to see. I thought maybe I made one about those two CNs. I did name the playlist Florida East Coast. Just scrolled past it. Let's see here. CN. Let's see if I... Nope, I did not make a video about the CN ones. Okay, yeah, I did not make a video giving my thoughts on the CN ones. I was thinking of the NS one, apparently. Because, yeah, when NS was talking about their, when they released theirs, I'm like, yeah, gotta make a video about that one. Because they released 5 of them. So looks like the only ones I made talks on was BNSF 1776 and BNSF 2026 America 250 locomotive thoughts, and new Norfolk Southern Heritage America 250 locomotives incoming. Those are the 2 videos I made. So I didn't, and I think in those videos I did kind of hint at the other railroads doing stuff, but I never made one solely for like CPKC. I didn't make one for CN. I didn't make one for... Did CSX come out with any 250 ones? I think they did. If they did, I did not make a video about CSX, if they did. And of course, I didn't make a video about UP because all they did is just take one of their normal locomotives and number it 1776 and slap the big flag on the side. That's all they did for a 250 locomotive. I could make a rant video about how I don't like that. Because I know that there's people, a lot of people like those little rail talks I do, giving like my opinion on something. So here's another one. If you guys ever have ideas, like you'd like me to make a video talking about something on one of my community posts, preferably a more recent one, because I'll have a better chance at seeing the comment.
Mainline to the Q, Chicago, South Seattle.
Ooh! Finally, we're going to be getting a westbound. Q, Chicago, South Seattle. How about that?
Yeah, just checking in Howard supplies today, over. Outbound's on at 17:30. They're just getting their paperwork and everything together.
And their outbound's on at 5:30, which is in 6 minutes.
Roger, supplies are good, thanks.
Alright, so we're going to be having a Q train coming soon. Anyway, if you guys ever have any ideas for like some kind of video you want me to make talking about something, either do one of 2 things. Either, yes, you can suggest it here, but there's a good chance I might forget. So go to one of like my most recent community post and be like, hey, I've got an idea for a talk video you can do, and then put in there what you would like talked about. And another one is on one of my other talk videos. you can leave a comment on there too. But if you really want to have a good shot of me seeing the idea, leave it on the most recent community post. Then there's a really good chance I'll see that you throw the idea out there. Because I'd love to do more talk videos. It's just trying to think of something to talk about, unless a new locomotive drops or derailment, a really major derailment or something happens, something big in the railroad community happens. If I catch wind of that, I might make a rail talk on it. But if I don't catch wind of something and you're aware of it, or if there's just something else, like there's a certain locomotive that's getting scrapped that everybody knows about and you want to hear what I think about it, let me know. Because it seems like you guys like those kind of videos. So just throwing that out there. No worries, I'll still look for other things. I just came across your live stream from similar interests, so it's super cool. Oh, I appreciate that, Land of the Mitten. I really appreciate that. Y'all are lucky. All I have is FEC 3 blocks from my house, but the CSX is on the other side of the state. Yep. I know that from the times I've been down in Florida. You said it right. Bama as in Alabama. Okay, gotcha. Yes, please do more lives. Oh yeah, don't worry, I do. Saw your video on the parade in Isanti where the Hinckley sub was very busy. Yes, I'm very happy it was busy that day. That made that parade all the more memorable. Got to, did you watch the whole parade video? Or wait, I mean, sorry, are you talking about just the video I made, or are you talking about the entire live stream of the parade? I'm assuming you're talking about the video. Yeah, wasn't there like 5 trains that interrupted? 4. There were 4 of them. Yeah, I also did, if you just saw the video, so which is like the more condensed and the full quality video that I took with my camcorder, I also did a live stream with my cell phone, kind of like what I'm doing right now, where I was live the entire parade, except for a little section of the very beginning because my phone overheated on me right after the flyover happened, and then as the first couple minutes of the parade started going by. So that's not in the live stream, but the entire parade I was live, and then went live like an hour or so late, not even an hour or so later, for the fireworks show, because it was the Isanti Jubilee Days stuff. So they do the parade and then they do the fireworks show after the parade. So basically made a beeline to the park to go live stream that. So when interesting things happen in the community, I try to live stream kind of got myself established in the community. First time I've ever live streamed the parade. First time live streaming the fireworks show. When one of our Isanti County canines got KIA, basically. They did a what do they call that? Not a funeral procession. Ah, shoot, now it's slipping my mind. Oh, that bugs me. What's it called? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's one of my more popular streams. Oh, just okay, so it was a canine karma procession. The canine was karma, and they were taking out a bad guy, and yeah, didn't end well for the canine, sadly. So he ended up passing away, so they did a big procession thing for him that came right down County Road 5 in Isani. So went out, live streamed that, and I think that's in like my top 3 for most popular live streams. So live streamed that, the parade, the fireworks show, and then after the whole Charlie Kirk thing, they had a vigil for him in Bluebird Park. Live streamed that. That's my most popular live stream. That got like over 1,000 views. During the whole thing, it was like 100+ views during the entire thing. Seems like all my popular streams are Isani, the city of Isani events. The Charlie Kirk thing, the karma, the parade, the fireworks. So yeah, if I ever get opportunities, I try to live stream that stuff too. I was a firefighter in my town near there, and I'm very familiar with the Isanti Fire and Isanti County Sheriff's Office. Oh, sweet. Since you're from the area, I have another playlist. I think it's called Fire. So I was made aware of this one house that was being burnt in out by, if you know where Lake Francis is, there was a house that was getting burnt there. So I went over there to go take some videos and pictures of it. And while I was there, of course, you know, was taking these cool pictures of the firefighters. So then they started having a good time, like, oh, let's get some pictures here. Let's do this. Well, I was told by 3 firefighters during the time I was there that, hey, we're doing another house burn south of Isani, so down kind of by the Green Barn, if you know where that is. I think it was south of the Green Barn, I think. Anyways, down by the Green Barn, just off of 65 on the northbound side. And they're like, hey, if you got time, 2 weeks, I think it was 2 weeks after we're done with this burn, we're going to be doing one there. If you want to come video and take pictures, you're more than welcome to. So sure enough, I had time, went over there, and they're like, yes, you did make it. So we're taking all these really cool pictures. So if you're interested, yeah, I've got 2 videos, one from the first house burn and one from the second house burn, with the videos taken at both of those and the pictures that were taken. So I've really gotten to know the fire department and the police department. Gotten some cool train pictures with the police department too. I've got a playlist called Police Department. You can go check that one out too. There's one City of Isani cop. Gotten to know him pretty well, and we've actually taken a few pictures with when trains are going north on the Hinckley through Isani. Have taken a few pictures with the squad cars and then the trains in the background. So the police kind of have a fun time with that. And there's one picture we did where there's 2 Isani squad cars and a train going by with the water tower in the background. And the city of Isani, they like that picture enough, the police department, that it's used as their background picture their banner picture on their actual Facebook page. No joke. So it's 2 Isani squad cars, a train, and the Isani water tower, all in one picture. And they have it as their background picture. And found out in Isani City Hall, that same exact picture is in a banner in Isani City Hall. So it says City of Isani, and then it has that exact picture underneath as well. So yeah, a little bit of bragging rights when it comes to the city with some of these pictures. And for a while, one of the pictures was on their website too, but then they updated their website and took that one down, sadly. But it's still cool to have that one picture on the banner inside of City Hall. Like, that is just way cool. Those guys and gals in red, blue, and Isani are some of the best people you could ever meet. I'm proud to call them. Amen to that. Been getting to know a lot of them. Be proud of that. Thanks, I appreciate it. For the record, the one in City Hall, I was never told that they actually did that. I noticed it because they're gonna went to City Hall. I forget exactly what it was for, but went to City Hall, and as I was leaving, just happened to look over, and they have the banner like behind this glass window, and I'm like, that's my picture. Like, dude, that is so awesome. And it worked out so well too, the way that they did it with the logo. And my truck has an air issue, so I'm stuck in... Ouch. Well, there's worse places you could be stuck. Come on, get this train moving. Crew went on duty 7 minutes ago, so... But they said they were doing something with their paperwork. Did they say it was Chicago... South Seattle? Is that what I said earlier? I can't remember now. Bram? Huh. So, maybe it... Oh, we got a green. So, when I did photos of that second house burn, there were a bunch of Bram firefighters that were actually at that burn. I think, one of them is, Kirk, I think was his last name or something like that. Got some really cool pictures of him and a few other Bram firefighters. Follow a few of them on Facebook, actually. Yeah, Bama, go to my fire playlist and go and check that out. And especially check out, you want... I'm just gonna tell you because oh, that sucks, 2050. Okay, I'm gonna go look really quick because you need to go watch the most recent one I did, the second house burn. You have to see that one. Because for all you know, because a lot of them, you know, they didn't have all their gear on, so you might recognize some of the faces. What do I call the playlist? Oh, it's probably in. No, I'm City Racing. What the heck? I don't know. I can't remember the name of the playlist now, but yeah, just go find that fire video, and it's the. Golly, that just bugs me. I thought I had a. Thought I had a playlist dedicated. Fire, here we go. Okay, so if you go to my fire playlist, go watch the video Old Farmhouse Fire Practice Burn Training for Firefighters, Isani, Minnesota. Go watch that video. You might recognize some faces possibly because I think Bram was there, Isani was there. I think 2 other fire departments were there. And if you want to watch the 1900s house fire burn controlled in Isani County, Minnesota, you're welcome to watch that one as well. But definitely go watch the old farmhouse one first. Being that you know the Isani, you know the Bram and all of that, you'll like that one. Okay. Oh, really? Huh, didn't know that. Alright, that's enough shameless plugging. I think I've done that a bit much today. Alright, so now I gotta get this lined up because we got a solid green here on the closest track. I'm just happy we're finally gonna... I find abandoned houses scary and creepy. You and me both. They're dangerous too. Okay, that's funny. So viewage has been kind of low. And I haven't said anything. I haven't posted anywhere about trains coming. And now viewage is starting to go up. It's like, you people that are just tuning in, do you got like a little spidey sense that goes off? That tells you we got a train coming? Because we went from like there being 3 or 4 viewers, we're up to 9 right now. When for a good while we've had a pretty low amount watching. Feel free, by the way, everyone, say hi if you'd like. If you want to help us get to 20 likes too, please do so. Now, I have no idea how long the train, till the train gets here, but I just know we have a solid green, so they have a route. But they had to do a mainline tunnel change, and then the crew was doing some with paperwork that is going to be getting onto the train. They were doing some with their paperwork. They were on duty at 5:30. It's currently 5:46. So yeah, they should be getting pretty close. Probably on the move by now. Depending on, yes, they were on duty at 5:30, but then, with their paperwork, how long it takes them to do that and get on their train, get everything all up and running. For all we know, they could be getting the train going right now. Now I had to jump off to get unloaded and then come back when I realized I'm going to be stuck for a bit. Also, hello, world. That's all right. Nobody's forcing you to stay. And heck, if you miss some, you can come back and watch it after we end it. That's nice of YouTube to keep it up there. Which I've noticed, by the way. After these end, the viewage still goes up for like a day. And I noticed the likes. Like, I'll end it, and let's say the likes are at 15. I'll go and look like the next day, and there'll be like 3 more on top of how many likes there were when the stream actually happened. So it tells me, and then look at the analytics for like watch time. Yeah, people actually go through and watch these afterwards. Like, not the whole thing, because the watch time will only go up by a couple hours from what the watch hours already went up when I was live. But still tells me that people do go and watch them afterwards. Which is nice. Wow. So the first train that we caught, that grain train earlier on, went by at 4:03. It is currently 5:49. Do the math. How long has it been since a train's gone by? 4:09 to 5:49. Holy cow. Do you think that the Monticello sub will ever get rebuilt between St. Cloud and the nuclear power plant? I don't know. I don't see any reason why they would. Honestly. Hour and 40 minutes. Yep. Yeah, no, for real. I don't see why they would, honestly. Or have a need to. That's a joke in our family as well. Every time. Oh, who called the cops on you this time? What's the charges, officer? Just standing by the railroad track? Get booked into jail. What are you in for? Standing by the railroad track with a camera? I guess I foamed a little too hard. I'm a convicted felon for foaming over a Jevo. Oh man, now the view just dropped off. We were at 10 and now we're at 3. Nah, I only foam over EMD stuff. I just love good old EMD. Hey, to each their own. Nah, the EMD stuff ain't bad. I think I'd take EMD over GE. Really would. Glad we agree. Also, for the longest time, wasn't ATSF or BN Pro EMD? Yeah. Of course, the wind is to my back, so I ain't gonna hear anything. Just keep watching that stoplight that's right up there, because when the gates go down, the light on top of it starts flashing. And with the wind the way it is, there is no way I am going to hear that train coming. Now, if it was coming from behind me, oh yeah, like that grain train earlier, hear it no problem. I heard it long before I even saw the headlight, but not with this one. Come on, train, let's go. Gone way too long without seeing something. Yep, that's what they call it. Name never comes to mind, so I just call it the flashing light. The little flashing white light. It tells me when a train is coming here, and then when emergency vehicles are coming elsewhere. Huh, I didn't know that. About the public transit. Railroad is different than... Oh. Well, there, now I'm learning some new things. Here I'm like, it's just a simple flashing light that tells you when your stuff's, tells you when emergency vehicles are coming, tells you when a train's coming. Hopefully this train's got some good power on it. That's kind of nice, actually. Helps you stay on schedule. Oh. Hey, Minnesota Railfan Productions. How's it going? $20.50. You put MRP soup. MRP, you're just in time though. We've got a train coming. Plug you in. Yeah, it's crazy that sun goes behind the clouds, wind picks up, and it starts to feel like it actually gets a little cooler feeling. And the clouds are getting thicker, so of course the train's about to come and the sun's gonna disappear on me. Okay, it hasn't passed here in Coon Rapids yet. Well, that's understandable. Emergencies should be top priority. Yeah, that's a good point. Train's coming. All right, here comes our train, guys. Train number 2, it's been almost exactly 2 hours since we last saw a train.
Master answer over.
No, it said hump yard master answering.
Let's see, I'll probably have you put them in RIP 3 or 4, and then we'll pull them later. Yeah, you can send me a Christmas card, because I just helped you out. Come in North Runner. Well, I see you at the party all the time, I guess. I thought, alright.
How come I don't get one?
Well, now we're stepping on each other. Yeah, come in the runner.
All right, see ya, Bama. Sorry, I'm just seeing that. You have a good one. Thanks for hanging out this whole time. ALC-42. I honestly, I'm not familiar with it. It does not ring a bell. Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Oh, gotcha. I guess they're all right. But yeah, the horn sounds good when they go by you, when they blow their horn at you. I know a lot of people know a lot of stuff about Amtrak. I don't know a whole lot. Like, I don't follow Amtrak super close. Like a lot of your class 1 railroads. But if I see Amtrak, like, I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to take videos and pictures of it. You can definitely count on that. Amtrak has a aerial train set trailing behind it tonight. Really? Yeah, but it probably won't be through here till, I don't know, where's Amtrak 7 currently? Oh, we're so close to 20 likes. Seriously, we're at 19 right now. Oh, yeah. It won't be through here till way late. I'll probably be sleeping by the time it comes through here. Now that's a thought. It's a little light on. No, it won't happen, honestly, but it's just an interesting concept to think about. What if concepts are always kind of interesting? There's a reason why Marvel is doing it. Well, and I guess other franchises do it too. I forget what they call it in DC, but they've got their version of a what if. I'm a big follower of Transformers. They've done it. They call it the Shattered Glass. Basically, in that one, it's what if the Decepticons were the good guys and the Autobots were the bad guys. That's very interesting. So the what if stuff is actually kind of cool in a lot of the franchises. Watch some of the Marvel what if. That's different. But I really like the Shattered Glass in Transformers. That's really cool. Like, what if Optimus was the big dictator warlord and Megatron was the kind-hearted leader? So doing stuff like that in the railroad world, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Oh, they do. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's right. That makes sense. I couldn't remember because I do follow DC, mainly Batman, but I do follow the DC a little more than Marvel. And then I follow Transformers more than DC and Marvel combined. Except that Spider-Man movie wasn't too bad. I like that one. I did not. Like, that Spider-Man movie was good, but I think No Way Home was better. Except the Punisher. Oh my gosh, he was amazing in that movie. Don't remind me of the Batman. Who laughs? What is it? stuck in your brain, living there rent-free. Was that the one where the Batman basically becomes the Joker? There was a Batman cartoon I grew up watching in like 2005 or something like that called The Batman, where he has like all these different gadgets and stuff, and the villains, their smiles, like the Joker and the Penguin, are really creepy. I thought there was one where the Joker had like this weird gas stuff in one of the earlier episodes, where when this gas, if you came in contact with it, you'd have this big smile on your face and you'd just be like frozen in place. And yeah, I remember being younger in that episode. Gosh, that one scared me. That one was a creepy episode. Yes, exactly. But I don't think the Joker actually died, though. I don't think. It was more of he thought he did, but he didn't. He like kind of faked it, because by the end of the episode, Joker was still there. Because in the beginning, he had created the gas while he was inside Arkham Asylum, and then he used that to get out of Arkham, because he got one of the prison guards to come in there, and he got him with the gas. And the prison guards thought the Joker was in there the whole time, when he wasn't. It was actually the prison guard. He was just affected by that gas. And then he had painted his face to look like the Joker, so this whole time they thought that the Joker was sitting in there. Yeah, I just remember as a kid, that episode was creepy. Yes, the Joker dies, but it happens in two different ways depending on which version of the story you mean. The origin of the alternate version or the main Earth encounter. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah, see, that's where I have a hard time telling them apart. Just like there's different ones where Batman dies, too. You know, there's different ones of those. Actually, there's a video game where he dies. Doesn't he? I think it's like Harley Quinn or something kills him. Yeah, yes, it is very confusing at times. That's why I try not to follow it too much. That's why I follow the Transformers franchise. It's less confusing. Even when they do change up the continuity a little bit, it still leads back to the original origins. They just might swap a few things here and there. Like Transformers, they do a pretty good job at keeping things consistent. DC, Marvel, they jump all over the place. Still like them, don't get me wrong, but I like to follow the story. That's why I'll always keep leaning towards Transformers. Always. Since 2005. 2005, 27. Yeah, I was like 5 when I first discovered Transformers. 6, actually. 6. So I've been following it for 21 years. That franchise will forever live in my heart, rent-free. And there's also a version where it was Bruce that died, and Thomas Wayne became... Really? The most recent Transformers movies that came out is really weird. Talking about the live action, or are you talking about that one and CGI one, Transformers 1? That's the most recent one. Came out 2 years ago. And if you're talking about the live action ones, you're talking about Rise of the Beast, right? That one was interesting. Okay, so yeah, you're talking about Transformers 1 then. Because if you're talking about Transformer, yeah, that one was actually really good. As a fan, that one was a movie that us fans have been asking for a long time. No humans, all robots, very good story. If you follow the franchise, you know how it ends. They did a really good job at, yes, you know how it's going to end, but it still was sad. And yeah, the way they wrote that movie was amazing. Best part, there were no humans in it. The only thing that took getting used to was not having Peter Cullen voice Optimus Prime and not having Frank Welker voice Megatron. Who was it that voiced Optimus in that one? Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, it was just weird having Chris Hemsworth as his voice. Granted, by the end of the movie, he sounded more like Optimus, but it was different, that's for sure. Hey, we hit 20 likes. It was, but the only thing I didn't like was the Prime Orion Pax wasn't an archivist. Yes, that did bug me a little bit. I don't know if the reason they did them as minors and stuff was for a more modern audience. Like maybe people can relate to them being minors than him being an archivist. Even though with how the movie started, they were kind of hinting at the whole archivist thing because he's sneaking in to the Hall of Records to try to find what he wanted to find for the Matrix. So I think they were kind of hinting at that part, throwing that in there. But yes, I do agree. It should have. And Megatron too. His original origin story was he was a gladiator, not a miner. And when like Megatron was a gladiator, he couldn't beat Soundwave. So Soundwave was a gladiator too, not stuck in this ship with Starscream and all of them. So yes, they did, but I'm thinking they changed that whole people can relate to them being miners and workers versus relating to a clerk and a gladiator. You ever read the what I've always wanted them to do was, I don't know if you've seen the Bumblebee movie, the first 5 minutes of that movie. What I want them to do is take the book Transformers Exodus and make that book into with like the CGI like from Bumblebee. That movie would be amazing. You take the CGI from the opening scene of the Bumblebee movie, and you take the book Transformers Exodus, which covers the whole thing. Optimus being or Orion Pax being a clerk, Megatronus being a gladiator, and how all these Optimus hangs out with Jazz, and they go to Macadam's Oil House, and all that kind of stuff. Take that book that has the lore perfect and make that into a movie. And get Peter Cullen and get Frank Welker in there to voice them both before these guys get too old where they're not doing it anymore. That movie would be amazing if they did that. So Transformers Prime a completely separate universe from the rest of the Transformers universe? No. Transformers Prime is actually the most accurate to the universe, because after Prime came out, the book Transformers Exodus and Transformers Exiles were made, which tie into Prime. And then they made a book called The Covenant of Primus, which is supposed to be the actual true lore on how the Primes came to be, how the wars started for Cybertron, all that kind of stuff. That's what Prime is. Prime is the only thing we have that's actually like visual media that's as close to the lore as anything comes. Because a lot of the books that they've made that are actually referencing the lore, they reference Prime. Or Prime references stuff that happens in those books. Like, they all tie in together. Because Prime was supposed to be the start of how their continuity was supposed to be. Yep, he did, which was supposed to start the new line of Primes, basically. Because they were supposed to take that and roll with it. So in Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 or whatever the heck it was, that's the continuation. And Prime does come back in that. Because the Primes say something like his mission isn't done or whatever. Which, that show was alright. It was a little too kiddie, though. Like, different characters appeared. Ratchet comes back. Soundwave actually comes out of the shadow zone, so he comes back. Prime comes back. I think those are the... Oh, Bulkhead. I think Bulkhead makes an appearance, too. I think. Yeah, something tells me Bulkhead made an appearance in that show. Same voice actors, too, by the way. Agree 100% with you. All right, I'm going to end the stream, though. Viewer just dropped. Signals are red. Sun's going down. So I'm going to end it. Call it here. That was fun, actually, talking about Transformers. I don't get to do that very often. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Yeah, catch y'all in the next one. God bless.